Previously on the FCS Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 Teachers of the Year.
Well, I've always loved working with kids. I worked for the Y when I was a teenager, and I started kind of thinking when I started going to college, I started thinking about the teachers I had, and honestly, like, people would come up to me and they would say, oh, I had this great teacher, they inspired me to come to college for this or that, and I never really had that. So I thought, well, what if I could go into that profession and be that for that person or that child? And so that really kind of got me motivated and started looking into the curriculum for education, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just something I was excited about going through school with, and it's led me into a great profession that I love to be in. My name is Ann Hansen, and I teach second grade at Youngsville Elementary School. So I taught kindergarten for my first 2 years, and then I taught first grade and second grade, kind of mixed for 10 years, but most of that was first grade, and kept coming kind of back to second grade within that mix. And just, to me, it's the sweet spot. The children are still eager to learn, and they want to learn, and they want to be here. First grade's a great grade. There's a lot of learning that happens in first grade, but second grade really, to me, is that sweet spot. I really love these second graders. You watch a lot of growth, just maturity-wise, when they're in second grade. So second grade is a great grade. Franklin County Schools is a great school district to work for. They definitely put kids first. I believe my message would be continue to make sure that we're teaching for all kids, making sure we're showing diversity within our lessons, making sure that all students see themselves represented within our lessons. Even at a young age, they need to see that, and they need to also feel that accomplishment, so making sure we're teaching towards all our students.
So for the majority of my high school and college career, I actually pushed back against being a teacher, even though I kind of knew that might be what I want to do, but I wasn't totally sure if I would be good at it. And then I found myself taking a lot of English classes in college and feeling like that was kind of what I was meant to be doing, but it was a little too late to switch my majors at that point. So then I applied to grad school for education, and then went from there. My name is Shelby Wheeler. I teach at Lewisburg High School, and I teach 10th and 11th grade English. I've been teaching for 5 years. This is my 5th year, and my first year was in Asheboro City Schools at their high school, and then the last 4 years have been here at Lewisburg. I think that my message to carry if I was the District Teacher of the Year would be to stress how important it is to build relationships with your students, especially after being virtual and in a pandemic for the past year. It is nice for students, and it's a good thing for students to know they have a safe place to land while they're at school. And I feel like that is something I am good at doing, and something that just kind of runs over into all of my classes, no matter if I'm teaching an AP class or an academic class. I just try to build those relationships regardless, and I feel like that is something I would want everyone to try to do.
So growing up, I was always working with kids growing up, from a camp counselor to assistant director of the camp to working with personal training groups with young kids for sports. I've always been with children, and it was just, I went to college. I thought I was going to be an engineer at first. I did 1 semester, and I was like, that is not for me. I need to go back to my teaching routes, and that's where I need to be. My name is Timothy Asso. I work at Terra Lane Middle School, and I teach 8th grade science. So I did my student teaching. I did 8 weeks in the middle school, 8 weeks in the high school, and I was hoping for a middle school position. That was up in New York. It didn't work out that way. I ended up doing personal training for a couple years up there, moved down here, and I've been in Terra Lane for all my whole career. My message for the district and for myself would be education beyond the books. In the news, everyone's talking about how students have to go back to school, they have to be this. It's not because education's not there, it's because the social, emotional aspect isn't there. And so for teachers, you always want to learn, you always want to ask questions, you always want to work together, and always be there, always want to work. So I think it's important to look at education beyond the books.
Throughout this past year, our teachers have faced challenges you've never seen before. We often use the term monitor and adjust. However, the pandemic has created a condition that required a lot of adjusting and not much time to monitor. All of our teachers have gone above and beyond to reach our students this year. You are each to be commended, and we recognize the role that each of you has played in the success of your students and in our success as a district. Becoming a Teacher of the Year is a distinct honor that shouldn't be taken lightly. As a district, we value this accomplishment, and we look forward to a continued partnership with our teacher leaders to continue to move our school district forward. We are excited for what the future holds for Franklin County Schools, and we want to engage our School Teachers of the Year in that important work. To our District Teacher of the Year, you have the unique opportunity to represent us and be a face and a voice for our school community. Without further ado, our 2021-22 District Teacher of the Year is Shelby Wheeler of Lewisburg High School. Congratulations, Shelby.